Texas Tech coach Mark Adams is joining us now. And Coach, when you're comfortable, if you could start us off with some general comments about your team.
Okay, well, scheduling's always an important part of winning, and wasn't good timing. I gotta follow Coach Huggins and all, Hall of Famer. But a little bit about our basketball team. We are very young. We've got 5 true freshmen, and we got 7 underclassmen. So our biggest challenge for our coaching staff is to get these guys thinking older and playing older and playing with some maturity. Really like this team. We think we have a skill set that's a little different than last year. We've got some guys we feel like can shoot the three-point shot better and overall better ball handling team. So we think the skill set there is going to be a team that will be a little more efficient. I could go on and on. Any questions?
Remember, if you've got questions, let Rachel and Christopher know. Please give us your name and your affiliation. Chuck, you need your question answered? Okay. We got a question back here to the left on the 4th row.
Sam Lentz with Zags blog. Coach, what have you seen so far from Elijah Fisher?
Yeah, Sam, seen a lot of great things. He's the youngest player on our team, one of the most highly recruited players we've ever had with the Red Raiders, but he's playing with a lot of physicality, maturity. I already think he's going to be one of our best defensive players, which is somewhat a surprise for a young guy to be able to have that kind of have the defensive instincts, maturity. So high expectations for him. He's just doing extremely well.
Got another one here in the middle, in the back, Coach.
Great. Kendall Couch, Sikkim 365. Mark, I think last year I had asked you about delegating and how you had so many responsibilities as the lead assistant, and you said you were going to keep those responsibilities while adding more as a coach. This year, are you able to delegate more? Did you find out you had a great year last year? You want to kind of keep doing what you were doing?
I'm going to delegate everything. I'm tired of doing all the work. So, I think as a leader, it's a lot of responsibility goes with that. So, and we've got a great staff. What I am with it, I'm still going to do most of the defense, but I'm going to share some of those offense responsibilities with, I've got Al Pinkins, who's the associate coach, came from Florida, and then Steve Green, longtime friend that was at South Plains College. That they've won 3 national championships, and he's just a really smart guy, a lot smarter than I am. So those guys are going to help me a little bit more on the offensive side of the ball, and we're making a few changes. We're trying to be a little more aggressive and get up and down the floor a little quicker and getting a little more flow to our offense. Again, emphasizing the spacing. So it'll be, I think, a little bit more aggressive attacking type offense we've seen in the past.
Got one on the back row to your left, Coach.
Hey, Coach. Mason Horodisky from KMAC News in Lubbock. This year, again, a lot of brand new faces on the team, rather, kind of similar to last season where you had to build the roster from scratch. Does it make it easier to figure out to get those guys how to gel, considering you had the season last year where you had a bunch of new faces that really were starting at Texas Tech for the first time?
Yeah, we have, like I said earlier, we have these 5 freshmen, and then we have 5 transfers. That's 10 new guys with only 3 back and 1 starter. So the challenge has always been, I think every team, every coach, every year, you're always trying to get these guys to get connected and the attitude of the we, not the me, and that's no different this year. We got a lot of guys that already had bought into that in previous programs, and we were very, very selective on who to bring in and did our due diligence to find the right guys that had the attitude that want to be coached. So that's helped us a little bit, but still, we're a long ways away from trying to get this team to be a team, and a team that can that's going to really work together and play together. And in order to do that, to reach potential, we'll have to be a very efficient team. We don't have like 1 or 2 guys on this team that are just going to be able to take over and lead. So it's going to there's strength in numbers, and we'll have to make sure our guys are all working together to get that done.
Got one over here to your right, Coach.
Chuck Carlton, Dallas Morning News. Everybody talks about how competitive the Big 12 is, but when you look at just the 4 Texas schools in the conference, and all 4 are in the AP preseason poll to start off with, just how competitive does that make it just among those 4?
Well, it's one of the things I learned last year. There's just not any easy night in the Big 12, and every team better come ready to play. You better be prepared. But you're right. We've got 4 teams in Texas that are, they're very well coached and have, great programs and really good talented players back. So it's going to be a tough league, and the journey around Texas won't be any fun.
More questions for Coach Adams? Not seeing any, Coach. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you guys.